Hi, everybody. I'm going to do a new strategy for you guys called the Trinity. This one's pretty cool. This one's a little safer than the Jimmy's Way. This one's going to be, well, I shouldn't say it's safer. It's very similar. It's just that you only need 3 good hits. In some cases, you just need 2. Okay? So we're going to call it the Trinity, which stands for 3. So the goal of this strategy is to get 3 good rolls. In a lot of cases, you only need 2 good rolls. That's it. So that's all we're relying with the shooter to do, is to throw 2 good rolls. Now what we're going to do is we're always going to come in right after the point is established. So we're looking for that first and the second roll to be good. And then we can come down, all right? So I don't even know if we should call it the Trinity, because a lot of times you do only need 2. So we'll have to think of a more... No, we'll call it the Trinity, because you can easily go for 3 hits, okay? All right. But keep in mind, you can get away with just 2 hits. That's very important, because the way that this works is pretty cool. I like to try to use the casino's money. But the problem is, when you first begin, you've got to use your own money. And what you're doing is you're doing it quicker, so you don't have to throw as many good rolls. Once you get your good rolls of 2 or 3 good rolls, you're not doing anything until you throw another 7. Okay? So you can personally try to play this with a random roller. I'm not ever betting on a random roller ever again. Like, never, 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 never. Okay? Okay, so we have a $5,000 buy-in. All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just do a point. It's a 5, okay? Because we're off on the come out. So who cares about throwing that roll, okay? Now that we get our point, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off. We have 5,000 here, right? We're going to go ahead. We're not going to bet the point. We're going to go 6, 8, 9, and 10. So whatever your point is, we're not going to do, not forever, just the first roll, okay? We can always add the 5 later if we want to, but we're going to go with the 6, 8, 9, and the 10, okay? Now we're starting off with a large investment. $400 is a large investment on the very first roll. So for you at home, if you have a $2,000 buy-in, your first one would probably be 50, 50, 50. Well, it'd actually be 60, 60, 50, 50. Okay? So in my case, instead of these being 90, I'm going to go ahead and make them 120 on my 6-8. Okay? All right. Now we're going to go ahead and set the dice and throw the dice. Okay? Because this is extremely important for us to get 2 to 3 successful hits. So we're playing the Trinity, so we're going to need 3. But you reduce it as you get each hit. The first one is the most important of them all, okay? And we're home free. So we got a 5-1-6. Okay, so that felt pretty good for my first shot of the day. That one actually felt really good. All right, so we're going to get 140. Okay, now watch. I'm going to show you something. Okay, now that you got that 140, all right, now you're on the casino's money, just like that. So that one shot was for, now if you would have missed, if you would have got a 7, you would have had to go 200, 200, 200, 200 on the next time that you do it. You wait for the new point, 200, 200, 200, 200. So you have to calculate it. You could get yourself in trouble if you throw that first 7. You get yourself in big trouble. Okay, so we're going to come down. All right, and now you have a couple options. Your first option is you start only playing with the profits. You can literally either leave or you could play with those profits only. So you got 140. You could go 60-60 on your 6-8, and you could do that. But that's not the way this system works. But you could do that. I don't ever have a problem. Matter of fact, that's what I always encourage, is to always play with the profits that you have won with the casino's money. So, but this system works, it's a Trinity. So we got the first one over with. And now that we have that profit, we only have 2 more levels. So we're not having to cater it down from 100 to 75 a number. If you want to stay aggressive, you can do that. But I'm going to go down to 50. Of course, these would be 60 here. And we're going to go with those same numbers, just like that. Okay? So now we've reduced it down in half. So we only have a $220 investment, but we've already won 140. So literally a 7 would only cause us $80 or $60 or whatever it is on a $5,000 buy-in. We could easily overcome it. So this is just shot number 2. Now, if you're setting the dice for the first shot to get the point, you can work it if you want. The whole purpose of this is to only have to roll 2 to 3 good rolls. That's it, and you'll win every single time. And I'll show you what to do. I'll show you what to do. That's a 3-2-5. I'll show you what to do when you get in trouble. Okay? Now, here's a mistake that I made. For those of you that have been watching me shoot the last couple days, what do we always throw with this dice set? 3-2. How many times have you seen me throw that 3-2? A lot of times. So the only reason why I'm on the 9 instead of the 5 was because the 5 was the point. Okay, but if I'm setting this dice, for me personally, my 9 needs to be on the 5 because I throw way more 5s than I do 9s with this dice set. I don't know why that is, but that comes in your practice so you can take notes when you're at the casino, so you know in certain situations when I would be playing this at the casino, my 9 would be on my 5, even if it was the point. Okay? Even if I've already just thrown the 5, I would stay on that 5. So I should have been the 5, 6, 8, and the 10. All right. So we don't win any money. And now we're forced to do another roll, which sucks. Okay? Because we've already got a couple good rolls. And this is forcing us to do another good roll before we're finished. Okay, 628. $70. Okay, so that is 75. We'll give them a nickel. Okay, so now you're going to come down again. And there you go. There you go. All right. So right now we're up about $210 in profit already. Just because we threw between 2 and 3 good rolls. That's it. That's it. Guys, the average shooter mathematically is supposed to be 1-7 in 6 rolls. We haven't even thrown 6 rolls yet. And I'm setting the dice, and I'm shoot the dice 1,000,000 times better than the average person. Okay, so now, if you wanted to, you could go back down to the 20, you could go reduce it again, and now you pick 4 numbers and put a quarter on each. I don't recommend you do that. Now you can do that when you're way up in profit, because the purpose of doing that is to see how long the shooter can roll. What if the shooter goes on a long roll? Well, guess what? That's not the concept of this strategy. It's irrelevant. We don't give a crap about missing a long roll. We care about building a bankroll. We want to be realistic. What is realistic? If you're at the table with me and I'm the shooter, this would be the one that you would want to play, because you can rely on me to give you 2 to 3 good rolls every single time. And if I'm wrong, if I throw a 7, we're just going to do it again, and we have to triple or double what we lost. So in other words, if we lost at 100, 100, 100, 100, then we got to go 200, 200, 200, 200 for that one hit. It's just for that one hit. And then we're immediately bringing it down to 100, 100, 100, 100, get that second hit, and then we'll give it one more last Trinity at 50, 50, 50. Okay? So we want to keep our bet sizing decent, because it builds our money quick where we're on the house money. Everybody with me? Makes sense, right? Okay. So now what do? Well, what we do is we shoot until we throw the 7. So all we would really have if we were at a casino right now is the smallest minimum bet on our pass line. That's the only wager that we would have, okay? So we'll make pretend that we do have a $25 pass line on the 5, all right? Now, to be honest with you, I didn't realize this, but we had already hit the 5, which was the point, okay? So I don't even know what the point is. So we're going to just roll until we 7 out, okay? Now, I don't know how long that's going to take, guys, because I'm averaging 1-7 every 10 to 11 rolls with this set. So I think we're at about 4 good rolls right now, maybe 4. Okay, there's a 1-1. So we're experiencing a lot of 1-1s with this dice set, guys. And that is really good for the crapless bet. So if I am on a crapless table, I can promise you, as soon as I make a profit, I can promise you I'm putting 100 on that 2 every time I play. Every time I'm the shooter, I'm putting $100 on that. But I'm only doing it with casino profit. Okay, I'm shooting really good right now. I should be betting, because my dice set is on fire right now. I just feel it, guys. Okay, so we're consistently throwing 10 to 11 rolls every single time. So I'm going to do it until I throw a 7. And then we'll go and try to win more money. Right now, we're just going to make pretend I have a pass line bet, and I'm trying to hit the 5. Okay, there's a 10. That's a 6, 4, 10. Okay, that's about what? 7 good rolls or something like that, guys? Now, the reason why we're not betting is because the whole concept of this system is to throw 2 to 3 good rolls before 1-7. Okay? There's a 9. So the concept is not for Jimmy to have to roll 11 straight good rolls. I'm capable of throwing a 7 anytime. Okay? So I'm not invincible. So why would I want to put money out there when I've already made my money and I'm already at the 8 rolls or something like that level, where it's a much higher risk for me to be involved right now? I'm way more confident to say, okay, can I throw 2 good shots without a 7? Okay, there's the hard 10. Okay, so what's that, guys? About 9 good rolls now? So we need 2 more to do our average with this dice set. Okay, now I used to be like, I'm used to usually superstitious where I put the 3 on the left side, but I really don't think it matters. Now, a lot of you guys have been talking to me about, Jimmy, what is the front set? And the answer is, I don't have a front set, because the purpose of this set was to push it straight forward where it won't land on a 3-1. Now, that's a 7. That's a 4-3-7. Now, here's why I was trying to tell you guys before. Nobody on the planet can prevent a 7. This dice set was not structured this way to prevent 7s. It was structured to prevent the 3-1 because it was used for the no 4. Now, what I just found out about the set, it just happens to avoid a lot of 7s. There's not a lot of 7s. It doesn't mean that I can't have a bad day where I throw 2, 3 7s in a row. It can happen. But I'm confident with this set and the way that I throw it, I can overcome it. Okay? So, we win about 10 rolls with 1 7. Okay? That is above average. It's the average is 16.66%. So we're around a 14.5% right now. Okay? I can get it sometimes as low as 12%, but anything between 15 and 18%, we're going to win. We're going to win. And now with this system, it's even easier because we're not even trying to roll 6 rolls. We're not even trying to be average. We're just trying to get 2 good hits. That's it. Okay. So now that we've gotten the 7 over with, we're going to work to come out, because I have to play based on the math. And the math tells me I'm throwing 1 7 out of every 10 to 11 rolls. So I have to take the chance, okay? So what I'm going to do, even though I'm up in profit, okay, I'm going to go with the 5, the 6, the 8, and the 9, all right? We'll put these out at $20. I'm going to start it off here, okay? All right, we're going to work this come out. Two, 1. Okay, now this is very, very important. Very important. This is a rule that I made when I play this system. If you fail with 2 craps rolls, like whether that was a 3. If you throw a 3, or you throw an 11, or you throw a 12, if that happens 2 times in a row on your bets, you are coming down, and you will wait until you throw a 7. You'll just do your pass line. You do not allow yourself to have 2 wasted rolls with that much money out there. You understand? Because now you would have to throw 4 good rolls. The more good rolls that you're forced to throw, the worse results you're going to have. So you've got to play smart. That 2-1 is a huge concern for us. So what we're going to do, we have a rule. If we don't hit, if we throw a 4 right now, if we throw a 10, if we throw 11, a 12, or a 3, everything comes down and we wait until we throw another 7. That's the rule, okay? Because we refuse. So now it's like we didn't work to come out and we hit a point. So it's basically we wasted a whole good roll. (3-1). That was a beautiful shot too, guys. That was a beautiful shot. We've been hitting the 3-1 a lot. And guess what the 3-1 does for us? We threw a 3 and we threw a 4. Do we have any of those numbers? No. Would you stay up there and have to throw a third good one in a row? No, because you should have already made your money and you should be almost down. Now, dealer, bring me down. We didn't lose a penny. Bring me down. We've thrown 2 good rolls in a row. We're going to just continue to throw until we throw a 7 with no investment. I don't care if I throw 25 rolls in a row. It doesn't matter. The whole concept of this system does not change. Okay, there's a 4-1-5. Okay, that's 3 good rolls in a row. Now, we would have made money there, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm not breaking my strategy. I'm not going to make it harder on myself. The whole purpose of this strategy is I can average. I don't have to have long rolls to make a ton of money on this system. Okay, there's an 8, 5, 3, 8. Okay, 5, 3, 8. That's what? Four good rolls in a row. Okay. $617, guys. So we threw 4 good rolls and hit the 7. That is below average. And that is exactly what I'm trying to teach you. We are not putting a lot of pressure on ourselves to accomplish making a lot of money. We're going to use math to win. We're going to use math to win, and we're not going to break our rule for nothing. I don't care if you think you can do it. I don't care if you're feeling good. It doesn't matter. We're in profit, okay? We just threw a 7. We're going to work now. Now we can work, okay? So we're going to go with the 5, the 6, the 8, and the 9. Now, I don't care about working to come out. Because why? I'm the shooter. I'm not relying on some dude just chucking the dice across the table, okay? I'm doing based on math and history of this dice set with tons of practice, okay? Tons of data to support my average. If I throw the 7, I'm going to overcome it. Okay, here we go. 120. 120. All right. We just need 2 good rolls, but you just start with 1. 2 to 3 good ones. Okay, so now we're playing a game where it's like, hey, can you throw 1 good roll? 11. That sucks. 11 sucks. We wasted another good roll without making any money. And if it happens one more time, we're coming down again. This time I'll put the 1 on the left side. I don't really think it makes a difference, guys. If you feel it split, regrip. You never want it to feel like it's split in the middle and you have any kind of gap in the middle. If you feel that with your middle finger, reset the dice, guys. 12, we're down. We're down. It's that simple. It's down. We're down. Okay? We are down. Dealer, take me down. You can't hit those out of 2 opportunities. You got $440 out there. We're down. We're down like a clown, Einstein. Okay? You know, might seem boring, guys. You know, might be unnecessary. I really don't care because I'm playing math. I'm playing math. I am playing math. I'm gonna beat a game where I only have to get 2 good rolls instead of having somebody go 6 good rolls what the regular statistics are. Okay, that was a 5-2-7. You see how short I threw it? That was a different roll. It doesn't mean it should have been a 7 because it was a good roll. It just was different. It landed too short with not enough velocity, and it went to a 7. So I rest my case again. What would have happened right there? We would have lost $440. You only went 2 good rolls on that one. 2 good rolls, way below average. But because of the rule that I have in place, there's a reason why I have it. It's from experience. It's from maximizing the math of the game. If the 7 happens, when I'm playing correctly, I deal with it and I overcome it. Okay, so we go right back out. That didn't even hurt us at all. Doesn't mean anything to us. Maybe your pride of your 7-out ratio is on your mind. But who cares? Because the only thing that matters is whether you're winning money or you're not. If I have a horrible 7-out ratio and we win tons of money, what does that tell you? I'm beating the game because of the math. What happens when I roll really good? I'm going to make even more money. If I can win with a horrible 7-out ratio, that's a good thing. Okay, here we go. We're working. That was a perfect throw, guys. Perfect roll, and it's a 4-3. I mean, you can't throw the dice any better than that. You ain't going to prevent 7s, guys. It's a part of the game. It's the strongest number in dice. It's the strongest number. 6 ways to roll it. More than any other number that has a chance. So this was more than our profits. So here's how we have to overcome it. Okay? 200, 200, 200, 200. That's just what we got to do. Okay? These are actually going to be, we're going to go 230, 240. These are 240. 240, 240 on the inside. Okay. It's good that it happened because you can see how we have to overcome it, okay? All right, here we go. $12. Dang. That's not good, man. We're getting very unlucky with these 11s and 12s and 2s and $437. You got to be kidding me, man. 437. Okay, now we got trouble now. This is hey, guys, everything I film is live. I do not re-record. It is what it is. Even when you have perfect shots, guys, if that 7 wants to come out, all it takes is just the way that it happens to land. That's all she wrote. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't care. You guys are seeing how controlled my dice are. This is why I told you guys before. No matter what dice set I've ever tried, no matter how beautiful I throw the shot, no matter how little that they move against that back wall, I've experienced this happen many times. Okay? All you can do is play the correct way and overcome it. Okay? The whole concept of the way that I play is to play on the casino's money, not have to put out all this money. But when I get myself in these kind of situations, I've got no choice. How am I going to get the money back? Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go 300, 300, 300, and 300. Okay? Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put 300 on the 10. Because if I hit that 10, that's $600. I'm going to work this come out. Okay? I have to give myself opportunity now because my back is against the wall. All right? Here we go. $516. Okay, we hit a 516. Okay, so that's going to be 350. Okay, we're going to rack that. Okay, now we're going to analyze. So we have to think about this. Okay, the last one that we had was 2222. That was 800, right? And then the first one was 100. So you're talking like $1,200. So here's what we have to do. Okay, unfortunately, we have to get another hit at this level. We have to. Guys, I've been throwing a lot of sevens. I've only thrown one good roll right now. If I can't shoot, I can't win, period. I'm already only asking for 2 to 3 good rolls. I mean, I can't have a better opportunity to win. So if I can't do that, they're going to take my money. It's that simple. It's that simple. I'm going to go for it because I have to get another hit. We might get lucky and hit that 9 or that 10 or that 5. The 5, the 9, or the 10 would be the best opportunity for us. Ooh, too deep. 314. That was way too deep. That went and hit the whole back, which is scary. Okay, so I have no choice but to redo that throw. That was scary. That could have been a disaster. $336. Okay, so that's another 350. So that's going to give us $700 that we got on 2 throws. Well, 3 throws, because the 3-1 didn't pay us anything. Okay. Now, what's cool about that was we didn't have to come down and wait for a 7, because had that been another 4 or a 3 or an 11 or a 12, we would have had to come down and wait for the 7. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and remove our 10. We're going to go with $100. Okay, let's just get an idea where we are on this session here so we can get an idea what our bet needs to be. Okay, all right. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad. All right, so let's do this. We're going to go 200 each. That's going to be the magic number, okay? We're going to go $200 each. All right, I'm going to get rid of that 9. Yeah, no, I think I've been throwing more 10s than 9s, believe it or not. Been throwing more 10s than 9s. So we're going to go with the 5, 6, 8, and the 10, all right? We've only had a couple good rolls, so I don't think it's asking too much to get one more. Five, 3, 8. Okay. 200. It should be 240. We're going to take 235, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and come down. Okay. See where I'm at. Okay, we got about another 100 here. Okay, so we're down about $200. All right, we're down about $200. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go $100 each. These are going to be $120. Okay, we're going to get one more hit, and then we're going to wait until we throw a 7. Here we go. $426. Okay. 140. Okay, we're going to come down. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to go 60, 60, 50, 50, and 50. That's our bet. Okay? We're going to try to get 2 hits at that level. Three, 3, 6. Now you've also guys been noticing that for those of you that keep watching me as I've been doing a lot of these shooting videos. What hard way do I throw the most? Do you guys notice? The 3, 3. Have you noticed that in the last 3 videos? I've been killing the 3, 3. So this dice set throws the 3, 3. It throws 3, 2, 5. It throws the 4, 1. Throws 6s and 8s and 10s. That's what this set does. And what else does it throw? 1, 1. Throws a ton of 1, 1s, 2s. Okay? All right, so we're going to get $70. So we're going to take 75. We'll give them a nickel. And we're going to go for one more hit. One more hit. Hard 4. Okay. If we throw another number that we don't have, we're just going to come down and we'll wait for the 7. This is our last roll period. Whether we get a good hit or we don't. This is the last roll. We have to wait till a 7 comes after this roll. Okay? If we get one more hit, great. If we don't, we'll have to wait on to the next one. 4, 3, 7, son of a biscuit, man. That is not what I wanted. Damn it. That is not what I wanted. Oh, we needed was one more. But we did get a little greedy there because we went past our Trinity. Okay, we went past our Trinity. I think we went past our Trinity there. But that's okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going 5, 6, 8, 10. Okay, going to go 120. We're working this come out. Okay, we're going to work this come out. That's the only positive thing about throwing a 7 while you're working, is you get to just immediately go again because you're going to work the come out. I'm definitely not working a come out if a random roller is rolling, that's for sure, even though I'm shooting bad today. I'm not shooting bad. My dice is right on the money. It's just the outcome's bad. So we have a 3, 2. So we're telling you, I'm telling you what numbers I'm hitting. It goes to show you that dice control is real. I'm telling you. Why do you think that I don't have the 9? Because you see from the performance consistently that I don't really throw the 9. I throw the 5 with this dice set. I throw the 6, 8. I throw the 10. I throw the 2. And that's pretty much all I throw with this dice set. In the 3, 3 hard way, I throw that as well. We have been seeing a lot of 2, 2s as well. We do see the 2, 2 with this dice set. So we're learning more and more about this dice set, okay? Now, if I start messing with my front numbers of my set, I might be able to find the sweet spot that one performs better. And if I set the top and the front to that specific way, I might experience even a higher win rate because I'll be able to really dictate what that set throws over and over. So I have to practice that. I haven't done that yet. Okay, so we're going to get 140 here. Okay, so that 140 gave us a lot of our money back on the last 7. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring these down another layer because that was one hit. Okay, we're going to bring these down another layer. We're going to go 50, 60, 60, and 50. What we want to hit is that 10, and we know that this dice set can throw that 10. We do throw a lot of 10s with this dice set. The point is a 5, by the way. But that doesn't matter to us because we're working to come out. 4, 2, 6. Okay, 4, 2, 6. That is going to be 70. Okay, and now we're going to go for one more of the Trinity. We're going for the Trinity, guys, okay? We're going for the Trinity. This will be the final one. Six, 2, 8. 70. Give them a nickel. It's coming down. Dealer, take me down. Okay, we finally had a successful shooter there. We hit all 3 Trinity with no issues there. Okay, so that was good. All right, let's see where we're at. Now remember, we have been losing, and we were down, but I don't think we're down anymore. So when you get down, I'm going to get changed for 100 here. Okay, well, we have officially all of our money there. So we're up chump change. We're up like 40, we're up like 50 bucks, okay? Now I know that seems like we did a lot of efforts and stuff. It's because we were throwing our 7 in between trying to just get 3 hits. And when that happens and you're betting as big as I am, you don't focus on trying to win money. You focus just on getting the money back. Some of your sessions are going to start good and you're already cashed out. Okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to just go ahead and throw till we get a 7. And then we're going to go ahead and start on the very first one at a bigger amount. Because now we're looking to get off the table. Okay? All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and continue to roll until we throw a 7. And the thing is, you can't like force the 7 or anything like that. You just, you again, everything we're doing is math. Okay, there's a 3. So that is a number that would put us in a situation where we would have to be like, okay, if this misses, we have to come down anyway, whether it was a 7 or not. And you should play, every time, you should play with that rule, guys. I know a lot of you guys out there, you'll keep your money, and deal. Somebody throw a 12 and then an 11, and you just keep all your money out there. 415, I'm telling you, man, we know exactly what we throw. That's why I don't know if I want to worry about setting my front. It's just not showing me that it's important. What's important is just this top staying square all the way to that back wall and breaking up off that 3-1. So we have it perfectly square. Whoa, that was too deep, but that was actually a good shot. All right, so right there, well, we threw a 5, and now we threw an 11, okay? So these 11s and all that kind of stuff. So what would be, like, the best thing for me to do, it looks like, would be play crapless. But think about it. I have no hedge. I don't play any hedge, right? I'm only looking for 3 to 4 rolls. I'm pounding 11s, 2s. I'm not going to say I'm pounding 4s and 10s because I haven't been. But I am pounding a lot of 12s, 2s, and 11s. So I can use my profits to put $100 on that 2 and that 11. And I definitely would bet the 5 big and the 6 and 8 big. Okay, there we go. There's a 7. And look how beautiful that shot was. Okay, so you cannot get upset if you're throwing 7s. There's just nothing you can do about it. It's just a coincidence, guys. When I'm shooting this dice, sometimes it's just like a random roller. When they throw that dice, sometimes it just works out where it doesn't land on a 7 and they throw for 30 rolls. But you cannot depend on this game to play long rolls. You cannot do it. That's why this strategy is so smart. The Trinity, okay? Now that we threw the 7, we're going to try to get off the table now, okay? It's going to be like we just got here. We're going to go 2, 2, 2, and 2 on the 10. Those are the most likely numbers that we're going to do, okay? Now, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go like this. We're going to make pretend. We're going to make pretend we're on a crapless table. I'm going to show you something. Okay, we're going to make pretend we're on a crapless table. Okay? Because this is what I would be playing. I'm going to be playing the crapless because I don't care about the pass line. I don't care about a hedge. I just want to take some shots on what I throw. So I'm going to go $100 on that 2. $100 on the 2. Okay? All right, here we go. I mean, it's just a coincidence if I hit it, but it gives me a good opportunity. That's $600 if I happen to throw that. And we have been throwing it way above average. My focus right now is to hit my box numbers, not the 2. The 2 is just a coincidence because I happen to throw it about double the amount of times. 5, 1, 6. So I have one of the ones who, look how close that 5 is to that 1. I mean, if this thing would have went over like that, I would have just had $600. Instead, I have 230. Okay? So boom. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to go ahead, remove 100, look for one more hit. Guys, I'm not trying to throw a long time. I'm just trying to be consistent. Okay? I'm going to keep my 100 on the 1-1. You just don't know. Okay? Now, if I get this hit, we're cashing out. It's that simple. $12. Told you. 1s and 12s. 11s. This dice set is hitting them, man. Way over above the ratio. This is the right game for me to play is the crapless, guys. For what the way that I shoot, crapless is the right game for me. Screw playing a machine. I ain't playing no damn machine, guys. Not for somebody that shoots the dice like me. 11. I mean, crapless is the game for me. Okay, now what's the rule? Now look, if I was playing crapless and I had 100 on the 2 and 100 on the 11 and 100 on the 12, it depends on how much money I'm up. I'm not going to do that with my own money. It has to be profits that I do that with. So look at how much money I would have won. I'll be gone. Okay? So because we're not focused on, hitting our crapless bets, we're focused on those box numbers because we're just trying to win money and get off the table. All we care about is money, making money for something that I do really well. I'm using my skill and all the hours of practice to win and my intelligence to play a mathematical game. Okay? So what happens when we throw 2 good rolls, but both of them didn't make us any money? Dealer, take me down. I'm in profit. I'm cashing out. I could care less about how many times I would roll. Could care less. I could care less about what my 7-out ratio was right there. Because I could tell you right now, it wasn't that great. That was probably about an 18%, maybe 17%. That was higher than average, or it was close to average. It could have been average. I really don't know. Okay? You guys would have to go back and count every single successful roll and every single 7, and then divide them together. If it's over 16.66%, then I didn't even roll average. Okay, there's my 5,000. All right, I got 200, 230, 240, 250, 260, 275. $275. So overall, it was a very, very, very low profit. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for one more hit because that's just too low for me. That's too low. I'm going to go for one more hit. We're going to go 200, 200, 200. Okay, it's just too low for me, guys. We're going to go 240. And we're going to put $100 on the 2. So we still have a chance for that 600 if we happen to hit it. Okay, guys, that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to leave with 200 and something dollars, guys. That's just not it's not enough for me. It's got to be at least 500 for me to get off a crap stable. Hard 10, boom, $400. Hard 10, $400. Okay, so we made 230, 45, 245, 345, 445, 545, $645. Dealer, take me down. And that's all I got to say about that. And that's all I got to say about that. Okay. There's our profit, baby. I don't know about you. I'm kind of hungry. I'm going to go get me a steak dinner around the casino. You know what you guys are going to do? Smash that like button for your boy, man. Smash it. Smash, 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 smash it. All right. Now, guys, listen. You guys know that if you want me to come to your local casino, you can play with me. Some of you guys have heard me say that, and you say, hey, yeah, let me come play with you and, you know, get you some dinner and hang out and shoot the dice with you. Guys, this is a business, okay? It's a business for me. I don't need to go to your casino to make my money. When I go to your casino, I'm teaching you things that I know that make me a lot of money in gambling. You get to hang out with me where we're doing more than just shoot the dice, okay? Now also, whatever I'm charging you, keep in mind, you're probably going to make the money back from gambling. I mean, maybe you will. There's never a guarantee in gambling, right? I think we all know that. But I'm definitely going to give you the highest ability to be successful in gambling. Gambling is not about a one-day result. It's not. You can't just be like, oh, we lost $600. You know, you're never going to be invincible to gambling. It's not like you can say every single day I'm going to win $2,000. It doesn't work like that. You have to have a professional mind, business mind of gambling. You have to do things that are the correct way for you to play and fix all the mistakes that you're doing. You have to know the correct bet sizes. You have to know the correct game. You have to understand key triggers to come in, whether it's baccarat, whether it's, you know, even with craps, okay? This is a very smart way to play. But you saw that we struggled, even though we used the math. We came out ahead, but there was risks involved to what we were doing. Anytime you put $600-800 out on that board, we saw, even on perfect rolls, they would be a 7. That's all it takes. Boom, money's gone. Then you would have to have the bankroll. So everything has to be prepared for what you're doing. So in other words, is you couldn't go out there and put 200, 200, 200, 200 if your total bankroll is $2,000 that you're playing with. With 5,000, I can do it. And then I can go up to 400 or 300 on each number. If I keep throwing the 7, I might lose $2,500 that day. But in the long run, I'm a winning player. Whether it's craps, whether it's baccarat, I don't care what it is. But those are my two strong games. Craps because I'm just smart at the way I bet, and I can give myself an advantage on that, shooting that dice. Which is why anytime that I start betting on random rollers, all of my skill goes out the window. I give the casino the advantage. They just have the advantage. There's no anything that I can do if I depend on other people. With baccarat, again, I'm using math. I'm using triggers. I'm giving myself the best way to do it. Now, I also have a way that I walk around the casino. I walk around the casino. I carry a whole bunch of chips in my pocket, and I go around looking for key spots, whether it's in roulette. I'll walk up to a craps table. I'll get up a quick $160. I'll say, come on, let's go over to the baccarat table. I'll put the whole $160 on a key point that I see. If I lose, I just go back, get a little more profit, come back and try it again. I always put myself in situations that I'm punching the casino in the mouth. The more opportunity that I have to punch them in the mouth. If I get up $1,200, I'll put a $600 bet to try to punch them in the mouth. If I lose, I'm cashing out with $600 profit. If I win, I maintain my $1,200 and go up $600. So that's $1,800, perfect day. Anything for me between $1,000 and $2,000 a day is perfect. If I only make $500 that day, that's just a mediocre day for me. It's just the truth. It's very simple. So that's why I can't just go have fun with you at your local casino. You have to hire me. You have to go to the website and pay for that. I'm not going to come out there for free. It ain't going to happen. I have my local casino that I can play at. But it's a lot of fun, and I want to do it, and I want to do it at a fair price. So if you guys are in Tampa, then you have it's like 50% cheaper. I think it's 100% cheaper actually. It's half the price. It's half the price if you come to Tampa. Now, I'm going to try to see what I could do if I have multiple people in the same state. So in other words, if I'm going to North Carolina and I've got like 3 of you, then I can give you guys discounts. Okay? But if you're the only one, then I got to stick to the same price. It's just that simple. Okay? All right, guys. But look, I just want to have some fun with the subscribers. You guys are going to learn a lot. You're going to learn from one of the best gamblers out there. And a lot of the things that I teach you will last you forever. Every time you play. You know what I mean? And hopefully, it could be something where we become friends. And keep in mind, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want no weird people. I don't give a crap if you pay me or not. If you're weird, don't contact me, please. Like, I only want good, ethical people. You have to be a good person. You're not going to be anything to do in my life if you're not a good human being. Okay? Don't put money first. Put your family, put your pets, put God first. If that's the kind of person you are, yes, you're the kind of person I would like to be a friend with. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like button before you go. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm working really hard to get this up to 100,000. It's going to take years to do it. I don't know the future of me filming at different places. I really don't know. It's not really my priority to do that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's very possible that is what the channel ends up becoming. I am going to the Rio and Las Vegas. A lot of it is going to have to do with them. If they're like, Jimmy, yes, film here. Please film here. If that's the case, then you're going to start seeing live footage and all that kind of stuff. But here's the problem. I'm not going to show you stuff live that I'm selling in my training videos. So all my good ways of winning money, I'm not going to show that on live for free. It ain't going to happen, because all my baccarat training and my strategies and stuff are not available for free or to the public. They are only at gamblewithjimmy.com. So no matter what, even if I was filming my baccarat play, you're not going to see the board, and I'm not going to be explaining to you exactly what I'm doing. I'm not doing that. If you hire me to come to your casino, I am. If you take my training, you can see. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Guys, I know it might seem like a lot of you guys say, oh, Jimmy, you know, you make so much money gambling. Why do you charge us and things like that? Well, because, guys, first of all, there's a lot of people out there that don't deserve my knowledge. There's a lot of people out there that just don't deserve my knowledge, okay? And if you have something of value, you should be paid for your services. So this is treated as a business. I'm a business person. I'm not being a dick or anything like that. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I give you plenty of videos for free. There's just plenty of videos of my time. I don't make nothing for showing you that right there. Okay, a little advertisement money, but it's chump change. Okay? All right, guys, I'm really going this time. Thank you, guys. You have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed that.